So now, as a follow up to this, right? So, what I've seen is that, so a lot of companies, India especially, right? What you see is that the 0 to 3 year talent, right? 0 to 3 year talent is a cost to the company. It's an investment that the company is doing, assuming that the person will stick on a little longer, where they can, make returns. But now with the employees' tenure in the company going down and down, right? 0 to 3 years itself is not a surety. Forget after 3 years. So this is happening. So what it is kind of disincentivizing the companies to invest in fresh talent, because anyway there is no stickiness. So because of this, I think the new model is where you collaborate with colleges which have the infrastructure and which have the systems in place already for the learning, and how much collaboration will help in companies getting better talent. So yesterday one services company managing director and country head was here. So he was talking about paying for finishing schools. So basically what they do is, they, irrespective of the college, there is a finishing school. So like, all your while 21 years you spend thinking that you're going to get a job because of your education, and then there is a 6 month program that gets you a job, not your 21 years of education. The 6 month program, you pay money, the students pay money to get. In spite of that, the company that is doing the mid level orchestration of these training programs and making them employable, right, charges the end employer as well. So there is a cost of about 1.5 to 2 lakhs additional that is being incurred for every employee that is getting onboarded. So that is something that is happening. So how can industry academia collaboration can bring down this time to becoming employable down, and how do you think will be positive contribution for the industry?
And I beg to, I have seen all these job ready programs. I have run it myself also. So I have a different opinion here. I feel that if academia and industry collaborate to redefine internships, 2 month, 3 month, whatever timeline, minimum is 2 months in India, right? I guess there will not be any need of any job ready program. That is what my take is. Right? I have a strong opinion though.
No, I do agree with that. And in fact, Gaurav, adding to your point, this is the job ready space was also something that we were exploring and looking at. But in our and coming back to the same point of saying that the industry and academic relations are broken. So only certain academic institutions, and I'm hearing Vishwakarma as one of them as well, but certain academic institutions work very closely with industries, and certain industries take interest in going back to the academic institutions and creating collaborative spaces. But in India, we have I I don't know
How many
how
people?
many institutions, how many colleges, how many universities, and therefore how many people coming out from those colleges and universities, where potentially how things are taught, what is being taught, right? Is it outdated? Is it, does it even make sense? So the readiness then becomes a critical challenge. Now, again, I think TCS used to do that. I don't know if they still do it. Was when they would hire freshers, you'd go through like a 6 month of boot camp kind
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
program.
TCS,
Infosys also used to
Infosys,
do
all
that.
these companies have these programs.
And that 6 month boot camp is purely you're being trained on the technology that TCS is, or all these companies are currently working on, and also being trained on communication, presentation, Excel, like basic things. Now, they were willing to invest that because they felt that's the future. And at a time, I'm talking about 20 years ago, at a time where something like this was very new. India was just coming up on the whole IT services space. So, but if I'm today going to, as a small company, I'm today going to hire somebody, I will go only to those institutes which has a much robust internship program, because it's much easier for me to pick people up from there in terms of readiness.
I guess I agree. In like so told in Vishwakarma, they are providing mentors. These kind of small steps can really improve the outcome of the of internship. And this is what I've experienced till now. And most of the things, if you see new age scaler, any new age company, they are just saying that we will work on internships. We will give you 6 month internship. We will, they are the job ready thing has completely gone away. Now new thing is internship driven curriculum, internship driven culture, right? So all the scalar, massage school, or anything on a new age companies which are there, right? They have launched similar courses.
So, in the non-IT space, right, things tend to be a little different actually, right? So, like for example, uh, in the retail industry, if you look at it, you have a overarching body called RAI actually, okay, industry or body. What they did was they started a initiative of having a finishing school actually, because the biggest problem that the retail industry has is getting people to work in their stores.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, uh, trained people and a very high attrition rate. They will shift jobs for 500 rupees. The next store is this thing, you will shift the job. Simple. So the question was, and you would not get trained. There is no course for this, and there's nothing. It's a natural smartness of a person. You have a good personality, able to reasonably communicate with the customer and all of that stuff. You get into retail. You've done your BA or you've done, let's say, 12th pass, and then you don't have other job opportunities. You get into that. So the idea was to start a finishing school for something like that, which would cater to the entire industry. Now that went well, but it has its own challenges actually at the end of it, right? Uh, One is attracting the talent, saying that yeah, I want to get into this industry. Okay, so then it becomes a entire job by itself to attract that talent. And the two is that you need a lot of consensus from different organizations within the retail industry to be able to run this program, because everybody has a different different need, right? So for example, a killer jeans which is selling in, let's say, in a tier 2 tier 3 city, the expectation of your retail executive is different. But a Louis Philippe, which is there on, let's say, on 100 feet road in Bangalore, the expectation of your retail executive is different, actually, right? So that kind of, started well, but I think now I'm not in recent touch, but I think that's something that, so it's an ongoing process of trying to figure out how do you get job ready candidates for each and every industry, right? In the manufacturing, you had a lot of these GETs actually, right? Your graduate
Yeah.
engine. So that was a wonderful way actually, or your MTs, in the olden days, if you are from IIM and you got into HLL, your career was made because you knew that you would reach a top, become a CEO in about 20 years time of an organization actually. About, okay, not maybe not CEO all the time, but at least the CXO level actually, right? um, but there are these challenges across these industries, which need to be addressed, and I think each industry has to take its own uh, uh, path in trying to address that.